and that we can set up a small committee to work with the management of both chambers, the House of Representatives and the Senate, to understand what he is coming through. Because personally, I've never seen the budget of National Assembly. Yes, Senator Tambuwa, you were a speaker. Maybe in the House of Reps, they show you.
I knew it because the 2026 budget has been riddled with all kinds of padding. First, it was the PFIPC. In fact, that was how we knew. That 1.3 billion, the ghost agency, that illegal agency, the fake agency. Then we now heard of 8.05 billion for churches. Imagine inside our budget. They don't look at the budget. This one has confessed. They don't look at the budget. That's why they allocate 3 trillion for motor, for cars. They will just be allocating the money anyhow. That's why right now, President Bola Tinubu is running 3 budgets concurrently. 2023, 2024, 2025. He's now running all of them with 2026. They are rolling all of them over into themselves. Because the Senate that approves budget does not see the budget. Welcome, guys, to An African Perspective. My name is Sylvester. You're welcome to another episode of the show. And today we'll be taking a deep dive into the Senate and the irresponsibility of the leadership of the Senate as regards the 2026 budget. Because the 2026 budget has been at the center of so many controversies in the past few weeks. Now, how did this all begin? It began with the PFIPC when it came to the notice of the general public that 1.3 billion had been allocated to a fake agency. Now, that was between Adeyemi and Gbajabiamila, where he said that he gave Gbajabiamila 400 million naira through a proxy, a middleman. And that was how people began to dig deeper into the budget. It was from there we began to see that they had given the Deputy Senate President 700 million naira to build churches. This is aside another 8.05 billion that had been allocated for churches and mosques. So guys, on Twitter, there's an agency called Tracker. What they do is that they track the progress of federal government projects and state government projects. And I would like to be reading from their tweets, one of their tweets, which they tweeted on the 19th of July. They said, "Dear Nigerians, here is a question that deserves our collective reflection. The 2026 federal government budget has a fiscal deficit of 31.45 trillion, representing 46% of the total budget size. Despite this, 8.05 billion has been earmarked for the construction and renovation of places of worship across the country. 7 churches, 1.91 billion, 52 mosques, 6.14 billion. At a time when many communities still lack functional primary healthcare centers, quality schools, clean water, and motorable roads, are these the most pressing priorities for scarce public resources? Faith is important, but government budget should primarily address citizens' most critical development needs and improve." Let's stop here. I want to stick with that question. At a time when many communities still lack functional primary healthcare centers, quality schools, clean water, and motorable roads, are these the most pressing priorities for scarce public resources? Now you allocate 8.05 billion to churches and mosques, 1.91 billion to churches and 6.14 billion to mosques. Why? How did this get into the Nigerian budget? You take taxpayers' money. That's before they pay a taxpayer the minimum 70,000 naira. They have removed tax. You take that money and give it to church. What is our problem in this country? What is the problem of the Nigerian leadership? Does China work like this? Is this how the Netherlands government behave? What about the Swedish government? What about all the functioning governments? Not so far. Rwanda. Paul Kagame had to close down 6,000 churches at a time when the whole world is moving towards AI and technology and development. Was it not Ibrahim Traore some days ago that said that he didn't want, I think the Middle Eastern guys, I think the Saudi Arabians or one Middle Eastern country wanted to come and build mosques. And he told them that they should not come and build mosques, that he doesn't want any mosques in his country, that they should instead bring schools and technology. In 2026, when we are supposed to be focusing on human capital development, you are budgeting 8.05 billion for churches and mosques.
I read that the Deputy Speaker of the House of Reps, you can Google it, is planning to, as part of his constituency project, to use some billions to build churches
and buy a flute.
Yes, in his constituency.
He said no, it's 700.
It's 700. He has come out to say 780 million.
Yeah,
700. You say 700,000 naira.
780 million.
Yes, it's not up to 1 billion.
You see what I'm talking about? Why will you spend 7 million or 1 million to build churches? Is he telling me, can this deputy speaker tell Nigeria? Because we are talking about corruption.
That is the only thing they know in government. If it's not religion, it will be ethnicity. So you want to bribe the churches so that the churches... Let me tell you guys a story. In 2018, I was in a church. I stopped going to the church, actually, after that nonsense. When this particular guy, he later won as a federal House of Representative member representing that area. Then he came to church on a Sunday, tied his wrapper and came to church, stood on the pulpit and began to campaign. What he was saying was that when he gets to Abuja, that he will make sure that he converts many people there, including Muslims and Christians, and make them born again. Is that why we are voting for you? Is that why the people, those people that you are campaigning for, is that why they voted for you, to go and make people born again in Abuja? He said when he goes there, he'll be bringing back tithes. That's what he said. That was his campaign. I kid you not. He didn't say anything about development. He didn't say what he was going to be doing for the people. He stood there and was telling the pastor, the resident pastor at that time, that he will be bringing back tithes and he's going to convert many people and he will be preaching the word of God. Is that why they sent you? Already, the man himself is a pastor. He's a pastor. That man that was campaigning is a pastor. If you know that that's what you wanted to do, why did you not go to Abuja? There are so many souls around that you'd have just preached to. But that is who we are as Nigerians. That is what our leaders tell us and we believe. If you see how people in the church that they were shouting, hey, we will vote for you. Now our man be this. It's so dumb. It's so, I don't know how we have gotten this low as a people. That religion is used as a political campaign strategy. 8.05 billion. Do you know how many hospitals and how many schools 8.05 billion will build? Do you know? The churches in Nigeria are businesses. You see, a church is a business. See, let's be very factual. I'm a Christian, but let's stop all these shenanigans and nonsense. Even Jesus Christ says it in the Bible. I am about my father's business. When his parents came to look for him, he said, I am about my father's business. A church is a spiritual business. It is so unfortunate that many pastors have made it now a monetary business. It's now run like normal Dangote, normal First Bank, normal McDonald's. That's how they run churches now. They run them now with a goal to make profits. Now, after these churches fleece their members, because that's what many of them do, many churches in Nigeria, there are very few who actually care about their members. After many of them fleece their members, they don't now pay tax. You now see carry taxpayers' money to go and give them. Are you people okay? Are you people okay? The other one says he doesn't see budget. He doesn't see budget, so they approve anything. They'll just put. That is why PFIPC was able to enter the budget. 1.3 billion allocated to a fake agency, non-existent agency according to them, because the agency had accounts in CBN, not one account, multiple accounts, and had offices in the secretariat, in the federal secretariat in Abuja. It had offices, it had staff that they paid salaries. But yet, you people will keep taking taxpayers' money. You will not only steal it, you don't even know how to see the remaining that is left. Instead of you to now channel it to the right thing, you will still be scattering it. Don't you people have plan? Don't you people have sense in this country? Don't you people have sense? The leadership don't get sense. Don't you have sense? Don't you want your people to grow? 8.05 billion for church and mosque. How many people they go church and mosque where they give them 8.05 billion? If you share that money, do you know how much will enter everybody's hand? Do you know? Do you know what 1 billion is? Do you know that if you have 1 billion naira and you spend 100,000 naira every day, do you know that you are going to spend it for 27 years and some months? Do the calculation. If you have 1 billion naira and you spend 100,000 naira every day, you will spend it for 27 years plus months. That is what somebody will now carry 8.05 billion and give to people that do not contribute anything. Okay, please tell me. What do the churches in Nigeria contribute to the GDP of Nigeria? That you are giving them 8.05 billion. Tell me exactly. See, these things have to stop. Let me still go on to read Tracker. So Tracker says that in the 2026 FG budget, 22.15 billion was earmarked for the construction of 106 palace buildings. 106 palace buildings. What nonsense is this? 11 palace projects worth 5.85 billion have no identified location, making public oversight almost impossible. So 11 of these 106 palaces that are worth 5.85 billion have no identified locations. None of the 45 implementing MDAs has the statutory mandate to construct palaces. Among the agencies budgeted to execute these projects are Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute, 3.92 billion. Federal Cooperative College Ibadan. Does Federal Cooperative College Ibadan build palaces? Shedder Science and Technology Complex, 1.54 billion. A Science and Technology Complex builds palaces. National Cereals Research Institute, 427 million. So a Cereals Institute builds palaces. Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Dawano. You see what they did there? See, they want to steal the money. They'll give a fictitious project and then they will scatter the money. It's like laundry. It's not even it's like laundry. It's money laundry. And please, let me just state this thing categorically. Language has been used to reduce the weight of crimes in Nigeria. A thief is a thief. Instead of us to call a thief, we'll say the thief is a money launderer, is a scammer, is a budget padder. No. In the 60s and 70s, when you stole, you were referred to as a thief. Let us call these people what they are. You are a thief. You are not a budget padder. You are not a money launderer. You are a thief. Stop using corruption to cover theft. They catch you on the news. They say he was caught for corruption. No, he's a thief. He's an ole. He's a bandit. He's a robber. They don't stop covering this nonsense with all sorts of language. That is why it's as if things are not working. Because when you catch a thief, you say he's a money launderer. What is a money launderer? He's a thief. Language has been used to reduce the weight of the repercussion, the consequence of that your crime. So whenever the FCC catches you and they take you to court, they will say you are a money launderer. You are a corrupt person. ICPC caught you for corruption. No, you are a thief. You are a thief. Let's stop using language to cover these things. You are a thief. In the 60s and 70s, if you were caught, you were labeled a thief. At that time, all these terminologies, money laundering, did not exist. Ole na ole, barawo banza. That's what you were. These guys are thieves. Because I can tell you for a fact that none of these projects will see the light of the day, not even the palaces. These guys are wicked people. They are thieves. Anyways, this particular Senate, this 10th Senate, headed by Akpabio, is the most rubber stamped I've ever seen in my life. I thought the one before him was rubber stamped. Well, I don't even forget that Senate President. You see how inconsequential they become? We can't even remember their names. The one that was with Buhari, that was practically passing everything into Buhari's hands. This one is worse. And I would like us to listen to El-Rufai say something about this particular Senate President.
Because let's be clear, it is not the Senate here that's the problem. Akpabio, who is a scumbag by every definition, is the problem. And Akpabio is nothing but Asiwaju's lapdog. That's what's going on. And the senators will have to come together and protest and prevent that from happening when they reconvene.
You heard what El-Rufai called him? I'm not saying El-Rufai is good because all of them are in the same class. And these are the kind of people leading us in this country. See, Nigeria is not a negative statement. Nigeria can be good with these people. It's not like Peter Obi is the best person since Jesus Christ. It's not like that. Truthfully speaking, the way they marketed Tinubu is the way they are marketing Obi. But the reason why I support Obi more than Tinubu is that if Obi had any criminal inkling or any criminal connection or had stolen in government, they would have caught him. They would have used it to rubbish him. But whenever they want to attack Obi, they never go towards he's a thief. Because I'm tired of calling people corrupt. They are thieves. There's no opposition member who has come on national television and called Obi a thief. That's the only reason why I support that guy. I don't know if he can lead Nigeria, because the truth about it is that that's how they package Tinubu for us, that he did it in Lagos and he can do it in Nigeria. What people don't understand is that Nigeria is complex. Nigeria has over 250 ethnic groups and has so many complexities. We are divided along religious ethnic lines. Small thing like this now, go to Twitter, Obidiots, Ipobeats, Yoruba Ronu. That's how they insult themselves on social media. I want to believe that even with all these divisions, Obi will be able to do something in 4 years, because I know for a fact that 4 years is not enough to change this country. This country is in the doldrums. We're in a quagmire. It's not like we're on life support. We are dead. In fact, all these people that are doing these things, the horse is dead. They are still flogging it. They want to kill it the more. In the next budget of 2027, they are still going to put in all this nonsense and they will now buy new cars for themselves. That's the thing that annoys me the most, because then the 11th Senate would have come. The people that bought cars for themselves 4 years ago, those that are returning will still put new cars for themselves. These guys are criminals. They are thieves. The 2026 budget is a total disaster. 2.15 billion, 106 royal palaces, 1.3 billion PFIPC, 8.05 billion churches, and so many nonsensical things that are inside that budget. budget. So many. National Assembly rolled over 70% of 2025 budget into 2026. For Tinubu, as stakeholders raise alarm over project duplication and budget padding. No, it's not budget padding. For stealing. For budget stealing. We have to stop this in this country. We have to stop this. See, you people are going to realize something in 2027, that the people are strong. Just give Nigerians a free and fair election. Just don't worry yourself. Give Nigerians Give Nigerians a free and fair election. We are begging you people. You know, Obi has been begging. Everybody has been begging. Please, everybody. See, 2027 will not be like other years. People don't tire. People are practically tired of this country. They are tired. Give us free and fair election. That's all we want. We don't be no concern us with you. I won't do it to ourselves. Give us free and fair elections. Because you can't continue to be like this. How would you present a budget to the Senate and then the Senate President will say that he does not see it? He does not see the budget that he passes. Because if you look at the way that Senate is run, Akpabio is law. Look at the issue between him and Adams Oshiomhole. The back and forth that has been happening for a while now. Adams Oshiomhole has been attacking him steady. He has done his best. He has threatened Adams Oshiomhole. You know, we say Adams Oshiomhole is a strong man on his own. Therefore, don't do what they do Natasha. If you don't do Adams Oshiomhole, I'm never saying Adams Oshiomhole is good because they are all the same. It is when he did not favor Adams Oshiomhole that Adams Oshiomhole began to shout. He began to jump up and down. If not, they were all together. He was one of those that elected Akpabio. He said it that he supported Akpabio. But then we can't have a rubber stamp Senate and a rubber stamp Senate leader that says that he does not look at budget that he passes. It's very sad. It's only in Nigeria that all these things happen. It's very sad. Okay, guys, I want you guys to tell me what you guys think about this particular thing we've talked about. This Akpabio's thing, this 10 Senates, their irresponsibility. Let me hear your thoughts. Please write your comments in the comment section so that we can have like a back and forth. We can have a very, very intellectual, conversation. And if you like my videos, please share, like, and subscribe to this channel. I'll see you guys on the next episode of An African Perspective.